Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host, Chris. As always, we are here to talk entertainment, culture, and whatever the hell we feel like. And with me today, I have three wonderful co-hosts. I'm going to start with Brooksy. How you doing, Brooksy?
Doing great. Just came back from the dentist, so my whole mouth is still really numb at the moment.
But you're able to eat, I see, so you're okay.
Sort of, yes. I was there for like 2 hours.
Ooh.
It was really torturous. I know, but I don't know. It could be worse. I could be a Raiders player and getting another DUI.
That's true. That's true. Also, could be worse. You could be a Giants fan like James. How you doing, James?
I mean, she kind of trumps me though. The DUIs. I'd rather take L's than a bunch of DUIs. So yeah, I'm doing okay, Chris. Thanks for asking.
Or you could be a Bucks player and just have one of your receivers just walk off the job.
At least he was smart trying to get himself an Uber from the stadium. That was smart.
Hey, at least you gotta get something.
But what wasn't smart was he missed out on $1 million in bonuses.
Hey,
no, that's not smart at all. Wild. I guess he could afford it. And last but not least, it's Keith. How you doing, Keith?
How we doing? Happy New Year's, folks, and
Oh yeah, Happy New Year's to y'all.
That's right.
Betty
Happy
White.
New Year's. And
Merry
Christmas, late Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mike, who passed along some New Year's mugs I can see.
Don't mess up my Betty White tribute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go right ahead. You start with that.
No, you just messed it up. I did it. You were talking through it.
Sorry about that.
I love you, Betty.
We all love Betty. Just before her 100th birthday. Very sad news. 2021 took it at the last minute.
Last minute.
All right. So today in the new year, we are going to start with a little questionnaire here I've got for you guys. So I'm going to put out a name of a new upcoming movie or show. And you're going to tell me one word. Are you interested, excited, or worried about this new content that's coming? And this is not going to be for the television show. We'll start with the television shows. None of these are season 2, 3, 4, whatever. We all kind of know how we feel about previous seasons. So if I say Obi-Wan, the new Obi-Wan, are you guys excited, interested, or worried about this?
I'm excited.
This is
Obi-Wan
This is
Kenobi.
A new season.
This is brand new. Never
brand new show.
Happened before.
Oh,
new show.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it. I'm interested.
Mildly.
All right. How about Last of Us? Any of you guys know what Last of Us is?
Never heard of it.
It's a post-apocalyptic video game that's being turned into a new television series.
Yeah.
So
very popular with the kids.
Hard no.
Very. So I'd say you're worried about it.
Worried
it's not going to be any good.
Worried.
It's not going to be any good. I don't know.
I'm worried that you're going to make me watch it for the podcast. That's what I'm worried about.
There you go. That works.
I mean, it's very popular, so one of us might have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this is kind of me trying to decide what I'm going to make you guys watch when I put it on the list. So if I get
that takes on a whole new meaning.
If I get a lot of good feedback on something, I'd be more likely to have us watch. Like The Continental. The Continental is a show based on the John Wick universe.
Go ahead, Keith. You go first.
As long as John Wick isn't in it, I think I'll be interested.
Did you watch The Continental, the movie?
No.
Wait, what?
There was a movie?
There was a movie.
Yeah, there was a movie. All right, I'm going to have to look it up now. You're going to make me look it up. Yeah, I'm going to find that.
Brooks, no more eating.
All
I'm
right.
done eating.
The Lord of the Rings series. There's a
TV
new
series?
is a TV series coming in the Lord of the Rings universe.
Do I have to watch the movie
What was the
first?
best option again?
No. Really? None of this is hitting you guys? You guys aren't interested
No.
in the Lord of the Rings series?
Yes,
I feel
that's
like
hitting
Chris
me.
would
I'm
be.
just shocked. I'm just shocked
I'm
at what Brooks
definitely
said.
interested.
I'm just
You
shocked
already
at
know that
Brooks
I've
has
never
never
seen the
seen the.
movies.
Yeah,
You
but
already
it
know
has
this.
nothing to
I'm
do.
talking
She
about it
said
all
it.
the
She said
time.
it before. I think that's when I said she doesn't like birds and Jesus.
That's true.
All right.
No, not hitting me. Sorry, Chris.
Not
Keep
at
going.
all. Wow. Ain't
I'm
expecting
definitely
nothing
watching.
from
I'm
you.
definitely looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm watching it. Yeah.
All right. Willow. This is a Disney Plus series in the Willow universe. I think it's following the 1980s movie
No
with
thanks.
Warwick
No
Davis.
thanks.
You
Hard
Nope.
guys
pass.
didn't
Didn't
like
like the
Warwick
movie.
Davis movie? I love that
I didn't
movie.
like the original movie. Nope. I'm more than worried.
Man, this is a tough crowd here.
Tough crowd.
All
Keep
right.
going.
House of Dragons,
What's this about?
which is the prequel
In between. I'm in between.
The prequel to
Game of
what?
Thrones.
to the Game of
Game of
Thrones
Thrones.
show.
Oh,
How
I
the
didn't watch Game of
Targaryen
Thrones,
dynasty.
so yeah, I didn't watch Game
Yeah,
of
it's
Thrones,
based on
so I feel like I'm not
a House
interested in this
Targaryen
either.
dynasty. I'm mildly interested in this one because I think it's the same guys who did Rise of Skywalker, not Rise of Skywalker. Your favorite Star Wars movie? Those guys.
So the
They're coming
Last
back to do
Jedi.
this too. Yeah, Ryan Johnson and crew. They're gonna be working on that.
All right. All right. Probably not none of these, but I'll say them anyway. She-Hulk. I'm excited for
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
I'm interested. I'm excited. Stars Tatiana Maslany, who used to do the show um, on that British sci-fi where she played like 10 different versions of herself. Brunette actress,
Du- not
great
duplicate.
actress.
The 8? Not the 8. No.
No,
Shit. I can't
what was it
remember the name of it.
called? Great show.
All right. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Probably not. This one worries me
Nope.
actually quite a bit.
Nope.
It's a live action remake of the
Live
series.
action?
Avatar,
Live
no more
action.
bending.
It's got a cool
Avatar,
cast,
no
but
more
I do
bending.
not think it's.
I'll,
I
I'll
don't think
give
it's
one
gonna work.
episode. I'll give one episode of Rock though. Like maybe it might catch me, but I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
too. I'm
definitely
not.
gonna
I
try
don't
it.
have high hope.
It's one of the best animated series of all times. I've got to try it out, but I'm worried about it. All right, last one, The Sandman. Sandman is a comics series based around the Death and his family.
Nope.
Mildly interested.
Yeah.
That's
Mildly.
That's a medium.
In
That's a
between.
medium for me.
I need to see who the actors are. I need to see a little more info.
Okay. All right. Here's a couple of movies. You tell me if you're interested or not. John Wick 4 coming out
Nope.
this year.
I feel like I'm not interested in it, but I'm gonna see it for the culture.
I also did not see
Yeah, I'm
John
gonna
Wick
drag him with
1,
me.
2, or 3. So there's that.
All right. So I guess you got some homework, Brooksy.
As always.
I'm mildly
The
interested.
Batman.
Yes.
The
what?
Batman.
Yes.
The Batman.
That's day one for me. That's my most anticipated movie of the year.
I'm interested. I'm almost a little worried about it, but Batman solo movies tend to be fine, so I shouldn't be worried.
You said the same
Jurassic
thing
World.
about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I did.
Ugh,
Hey, it doesn't mean
we
I
get
can't
more
be wrong.
dinosaur
It just means
movies.
Jurassic World, no.
I'm tired of these dinosaur movies. I'm tired of these, but I'm
I'm
not
tired
gonna
of
say I'm worried.
dinosaurs.
Yes, I am. I'm actually tired of these dinosaur movies, so I'm gonna be in between. It's probably gonna be great.
They're out there in the
special
world
effects.
now eating people.
They've been doing that since the 80s. Every movie we do the same thing. Let's clone these things. Maybe this time they'll be smarter. Yeah, smart enough to eat us and
Right.
freaking communicate faster.
All right. Recently pushed back another couple of months. Morbius, the living vampire.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
See,
This is
now
a
please.
I'm a little.
Sony
See, I'm
movie in the
Yes.
non-MCU. Yes.
the last trailer made
Yes,
me
me
really
too.
Yes.
excited. So yes,
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
I have my theories in
Yes,
that one.
please.
But go ahead.
All right. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Recently
Yes.
released photos of the mighty Thor, Jane Foster.
Tessa
Looks good.
Thompson,
Costume looked
Diesel.
good. Tessa Thompson looks great. So the whole
Rip.
I'm
cast is a
interested.
good-looking cast there. All right. Oh, we
Yeah.
found one. All right. Speaking of bulking out, we got Black Adam, The Rock,
Yes.
superhero debut.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's
Maybe.
got the Rock in
This
it.
is, this
As
is
long as he's not rapping.
Mm-hmm.
The most
As long
excited
as he's not
that
rapping.
I've for a DC product. I think.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
got
Holy
my
shit.
favorite. It's got my favorite James Bond in it. So
Who's your favorite James Bond?
God, now I lost his name in my head. It's Pierce Brosnan.
Ah,
Oh yeah, he's in
I
it.
love
nice.
Pierce Brosnan.
Chris Brosnan.
All right,
Nah.
all right. Uncharted, starring
Yes.
Spider-Man. Said Spider-Man.
I'm in between.
This one
Yeah.
has me worried because he does not feel like the cowboy adventure type to me, but we'll see.
This feels like another one of those Indiana Jones stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Another
Yes.
genre I'm
And
getting
that's
tired of.
exactly why I
The
like
Indiana
playing the
Jones
game.
wannabe.
Yeah, I will never get tired of a good
No.
adventure story. Never. It's the perfect story type. I want more of them. Okay, speaking of Avatar, the Blue People Avatar, the number 2 is coming out this year. Finally, after a good
Don't care for it. No thanks.
decade and a half.
Sorry,
James Cameron's
Disney will not get my money for
masterpiece.
that one. No, nope,
It is
nope.
still the highest
This time
grossing
Disney will not get my
movie in the
money.
world. We got to give it a
No.
chance. It's the highest grossing movie in the world, right?
No, it's not.
I'm going to
I
watch.
Endgame already passed.
I'm going
Yeah,
to watch.
Avengers
Avatar was
Endgame
re-released.
surpassed Titanic. Avatar.
Avatar was re-released and took it back.
All right,
Disney is very
I
happy to
challenge you in that
re-release
one
each
later.
one and keep making more money because Disney now owns
They're
them
probably
both.
gonna re-release Endgame. But go
Right?
ahead.
They
What's your
just
next
keep
one? While I look it up.
releasing, making more money on it. All right, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is my most excited movie of
Come
the
on,
year.
man.
After
This is
Spider-Man, this is the one that
this is my
excites me the
second
most.
most excited. Yeah, you're right. They
concerning over the
re-released it and it
multiverse.
gained $49 million more. Them bastards.
Yep.
Avatar.
Disney's like, yeah, that's right.
All right. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. All right, last
Mhm.
two. Last two. Mission Impossible 7. Holy crap,
No.
they're at 7.
I'm in
Tom
between.
Cruise's masterpiece.
I think this is where Tom Cruise goes LeBron James mode, where yeah, you can't believe he has this long of a career without like hurting himself and being terrible in an action movie. But I think this is the movie where we're like, I think it's time for him to retire from action movies, go back to drama. He's gonna start looking like
I would
Harrison
just like to
Ford did
point
in
out
Star
that
Wars.
LeBron James is averaging like 35 points a game, so I feel like that's a really
He's
bad
not
movie.
incorrect. No, that's a hyperbole by
In
you.
the past
He's not
like
averaging
6
35
games,
points per
yes,
game. Yes, after he
yes,
was gone for 2 months, the dude took a
Yeah,
vacation and
after,
came
after
back.
he's been resting,
Like
he's been on vacation and resting for. Come on, man,
just
stop
say
it, man, stop it,
these
yes.
stop it,
hyperboles, man.
stop it.
So, but again, still giving credit to Tom Cruise because that's an achievement of his own right there. But I'm in between.
All right, last one, and I think this one's for James. Top Gun.
Yes!
I'm very
This is
excited.
my most excited movie
Oh
of the year.
shit! One of my
Holy
favorite movies
shit!
of all time.
Hell has frozen over. Her and I are excited for the same thing. Yes,
Top
That's
I'm
Gun
three
is
of
extremely
one of my
excited
us.
for this.
all-time
Shut up,
Keith,
Top
Keith.
Gun is
Keith,
one
are
of my
you
all-time
excited?
favorite movies.
Can't do it. Couldn't have all of us.
Mike, you should
Yeah,
put a little poop emoji around Keith. A little sad
it's
face.
funny.
Eric Cartman angry emoji.
Just after James got finished saying that he should hang up his wings and not do action movies anymore. Um, he
I
No,
know.
because I already because he's done this like before the pandemic, so it's already in the can. It's been in the can. Mission Impossible he filmed during COVID and shut it down because of COVID, and then came back to do some more reshoots. Doesn't sound promising.
Doesn't sound fun. All right. So those were
And
a
let's be
few of the
honest, he's
new.
just sitting in a cockpit.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Those are some of the big upcoming movies and television shows. There's a lot more than that. I just thought we'd gauge some interest on a few of those. Um, I'll leave it up to Brooksy to bring us some non-action hero content.
Wait,
over to
hold on. You
this.
forgot Flashpoint.
Don't worry, I will do that.
DC's big. Hold on, Brooks, real quick. He forgot
Okay.
Flashpoint. DC's big restore, get rid of the Zack Snyderverse.
Okay,
You guys
James,
hear
are you
this?
excited for Flash?
I'm excited to see what. Oh, so Keith and Brooks. So DC Warner Brothers has decided they're gonna retcon the entire Zack Snyderverse through this movie Flashpoint with the Flash. They're bringing back Michael Keaton Batman, um, some characters from Man of Steel, Zod, Michael Shannon, and Fiora, and they're gonna at the end of the movie they're gonna get
From
rid of
Mashup?
Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. Yes, and it's gonna retcon the entire DC universe.
With the same old characters. Okay, excellent.
No.
Excellent.
But they're gonna have the same the same old characters, but they're gonna get rid of everything that was related to Zack Snyder at the end of that. By the time it's over, so it'll be
Okay,
new
That's your
interesting.
DC.
assumption. It
I'm
is an
interested in
assumption.
seeing that. But again, you see what I'm saying? Like DC really only has like they really only they don't have a lot of characters to explore. Like
Hold on.
They have
So
a lot
according
of
constantly
to the
characters.
redoing
They're
and
latest,
just not
retaking.
using
hold on.
them.
Sources say, for like Stephen A. Smith, the new Justice League is going to comprise of Shazam, The Rock's Black Adam character, Supergirl, um, The Flash, and one or two other characters that haven't been announced yet. Possibly Martian Manhunter and the new Green Lantern. But they're starting from scratch basically.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm not super
I mean, I'm gonna
excited,
watch
but
it.
that's
I'm gonna watch it.
yeah. It's just not.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
very interested.
I don't
It's
think
either
they've,
it's
they've
hot
done such a
trash.
good enough job.
It's either going to be hot trash or it's going to be a decent, good movie. So go ahead, Brooks. Sorry, I cut you off.
Nope, I have nothing to say. I am not super interested. That's all.
All right. Well, why don't we take a 2-minute break here? When we come back, we're gonna do a quick how we feel about the first episode of Boba Fett on Disney Plus. So be right back in a minute. Stay right there. So, James, you and I definitely watched the first episode. Just give me your basic feelings before we're not doing a full review. Obviously, there's only one episode out. Really can't. Um, but tell me how you felt about the first episode of The Mandalorian, playing now on Disney Plus.
Um, I thought it was a good start. I'll be honest with you. First time I caught it, I was heavily inebriated. I had to watch it again when I was sober, and I think the same flaws when I was drunk was obvious when I was sober as well. And it's the pacing was a little bit odd. I get that they were doing like a flashback, and then like Lost used to do it a lot. They'll give you a flashback pertaining to the character they're featuring, and then they'll meld it into like the story of the present day. But this was done, in my mind, to answer the big question: how the hell did Boba Fett survive Return of the Jedi? How did he get the Sarlacc pit? That was the flashbacks. But then the present story, I thought was a little bit like hammy. Like this is supposed to be like The Sopranos and The Godfather in the Star Wars universe. It didn't feel
I
like it
never would
was
have said that,
either.
but
No, that's what the critiques are saying. Oh, this is gonna be, and I was plagiarizing too. I was like, "Oh, Keith, you gotta watch this show." This is until I watched the first episode. I'm like, "Shit, I should have waited before I told Keith to watch Boba Fett, episode 1." Uh, I don't know. The pacing was off. I'm not gonna say it was terrible, but I'm not gonna give it a super great review as well. I think it was a little bit mediocre, but I'm gonna keep watching to see where it goes.
all right. Interesting. This was written by Jon Favreau, obviously written a lot of The Mandalorian, and directed by Robert
Happy.
Rodriguez. which is a surprise for me as I just
I didn't
watched
know
two.
until the credit. Yeah, when the credits came on and I saw his name, I was like, What? He did this?"
Yeah, I just watched two Robert Rodriguez stories in the last month. um, so I was like, okay, but if you like, I was watching Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and it was kind of that same thing. There was some weird pacing issues, I guess. He doesn't mind being a little cheesy in some of the stuff he does, so I guess that's kind of on his brand and it works in Star Wars. Number one, this feels exactly like it's at home in The Mandalorian. If you like The Mandalorian, you're fine, gonna be fine with this. Um, I liked the past stuff. I liked him getting out of the Sarlacc pit and surviving and getting beat up by Jawas and all that stuff. Stuff was pretty cool. I don't think we got very much of the modern Boba Fett as crime lord, as nice guy crime lord, like gonna rule with respect until someone tries to kill me kind of stuff. I thought it was not super exciting. I think they maybe should have focused on one bad guy or something like that he's got to win over, or something like that. I just felt like it was a little. They didn't go anywhere. He like introduced himself to everybody, and then like somebody tried to kill him but didn't.
In fact, to me, it made me
Yeah,
look like he shouldn't be the crime lord because he's not that good.
he didn't
Like
feel like
he's
a
not.
crime lord. No,
Yeah, he was more like he's up and coming. He inherited Jabba's syndicate, but other people are taking shots at him already. Like literally
right,
taking shots at him.
right,
Like
yeah. So basically, what I got out of it, I still love dirty Western Star Wars. That works for me. And Jawas are dicks, and that's really what it's all
sand
about.
people, sand people,
Yeah, the sand people or the Tuscans
the
are
Tuscans.
are misunderstood, and they're actually really nice. And so says the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, obviously. So that's about it. That's what you should get out of this series so far. Um, yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. Of course, I'm gonna be watching it. Look at this
How many episodes? I mean, we're called Heroes Peak for a reason. How many
shit.
episodes is it supposed to be?
Probably 9, be my guess.
Episode 2 better ramp up.
Eh. Like I said, I really like the stuff in the pat him surviving. That was the best part of it.
Real quick to
Mm-hmm.
nitpick some more. The whole parkour free running section of them when they were like when Fennec was chasing the Mortal Kombat ninjas. It reminded me of the second Mortal Kombat movie where those ninjas that used to run and do unnecessary flips like for no
Yeah.
no reason while in motion.
Hey,
They were
if you're
doing
doing
that.
if you're doing parkour, you have to do unnecessary flips.
It was like the guy would stop, yeah, flip, and then keep running. Like what the fuck is for? Like I was surprised to see that in 2021 or
It's like
2022.
it's
And
like going back to Surf Ninjas. That shit was happening.
yeah, so I sure hope they get better than that.
All right.
Um, yeah, that's my final take on that show.
Okay. That only
And if
took
I was
5
Mike, he's
minutes.
gonna say, "Yeah, it was mediocre, but it's gonna be better." Yeah, that was
I
Mike.
like the I like the Mike impression. All right, so Merry Christmas, Mike. That only took 6 minutes. We're gonna move on to our next, and we're going to move directly into the Matrix Resurrections. Now, I'm assuming everybody watched the Matrix Resurrections, right? Yay! All right, Matrix Resurrections, written and directed by Lana Wachowski, starring a returning Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Jada Pinkett Smith, with new Yahya Abdul Mateen, um, Jessica Henwick, Jonathan
Good
Groff,
pronunciation. Good job. You're getting better.
and Neil Patrick Harris. This interesting movie. Neo, a lonely and mentally unstable coder, is once again saved from his mundane existence as a battery for robot overlords, but this time with more direct references and less allegory. That is the Matrix Resurrections. All right, we're gonna go one by one, and I'm give you all a shot to tell me your overall feelings after watching the Matrix Resurrections. And I'm going to start with you, James. Go ahead. What did you think?
So I was fortunate to see this both in the theaters, IMAX, and at my small screen HBO Max.
You saw this
And I think I
twice?
liked the second view. Yeah, I did. I
Yeah, I
did.
have that
Well,
same
the first
same
time I
boat
saw
there.
it, my colleague who did a Heroes Peak Quick Peek, Chris, shout out to Chris, he actually bought the ticket. So technically, I have to demo him though. Technically, I saw it once out of my own pocket. Well, actually, no, HBO Max. But I
My
think
I
own
don't feel like
pocket.
the
the
funny thing
dollars is what
is,
I was talking about when I questioned
Yeah,
I
the
know,
movie
I know.
twice.
that's
See,
a
I
shame.
watched it the second time to see did I miss something because I was watching in the movie theater and we were pre-game before that. So again, I got to do the inebriated James and the sober James watching the movie. And inebriated James thought it was actually worse than sober James. You know, no surprise there. Um, I know we're going to talk about grades at the end, so I'm just going to tell you that this movie was a big disappointment for me. I had a feeling it would be, and I was right. It didn't evolve the original trilogy. You could consider it its own standalone movie, for whatnot. And I know some people are gonna say, well, the action was better, technologies, yeah, a couple things look better on screen, especially in IMAX. But the story to me was underdeveloped, undercooked. Um, and then seeing Keanu Reeves, who say what you want to say about him in the John Wick movies, at least he does a lot of that fight choreography. He did absolutely nothing. He looked like he was a bumbling dude,
Like
like
this is all
like
everything.
this. Um, and some of the secondary, tertiary characters look promising. Jessica Henwick, who has been in a lot of stuff for Marvel. She played Bugs. She was great. Yawa, which I'm going to kill his last name, who was Doctor Manhattan. Um, looks, his role. Although I thought his role was terrible, he acted the shit out of the script they gave him. So I'm not going to say anything negative about him.
He's a
Neil
bro.
Patrick Harris, he's a bro. All right, that's what's up. Neil Patrick Harris, who is fantastic. Spoiler alert, villain. And the guy who played the new Mr. Smith. There was some
Jonathan
pluses.
Groff.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna give this movie an F. But the story to me is the big issue, and then the action. So yeah, I'm a little long winded on it. Sorry, Chris, but that's my take.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Brooksy, give us your take on the Matrix Resurrection.
I just feel like it wasn't necessary. Like the entire time I was just waiting for like why am I watching this? Why did this movie feel the need to be made? It felt like it was trying to be really deep, but it just wasn't getting there, like when I don't know, when you like hear something that like somebody says and they think they're like really deep, but it's like really surface level. I felt that about this movie. Like it thought that it like I don't know. It thought it was trying to make this like really, intellectual point, and the whole time I was like I just feel like it's so unnecessary. It didn't I fell asleep half the time watching it. Like I was so uninterested in it, and um I agree with you, the Keanu Reeves part, like his scenes were so boring. Like, and as you all know, I hate whispering, and he whispered a lot in this movie that really just bothered me. But basically, my take is I just kept waiting for the like why, of the movie. Like, how does this move the series along? And I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
All right, I'm gonna say one thing before we go to Keith, just to help Brooksy, because this was
Please
also a
do.
question I had, and so I went searching for some interviews with Lana Wachowski, and basically what I found is that after a decade or so of Warner Brothers constantly trying to give her money to make more of these because they were huge. They were changing to movies and action movies specifically for decades, right?
Chris, don't forget
And
it was
she,
originally the two sisters, and
yes,
then one
it
finally
was
said
Lana
no
and her
thanks.
sister. I don't remember her
The
sister's name
creators
though.
were two sisters who
Yeah, I
did the
can't
two
remember her
trilogies.
sister's name.
Lana and Laura.
Lena, Laura. Okay,
Lena.
sorry, don't have it written down because it wasn't part. But after years of trying to get them to make another one and then basically refusing because they told a complete story according to her. Um, Basically, she had a horrible year of personal loss, losing her parents and close friends and whatnot. And she basically says in the interview that she went back to this movie as therapy. So to me, this once I was looking at this movie through the ends of art therapy, it made a little bit more sense as to, oh, okay, so I see what's going on with some of the stuff. Now it doesn't make it a better story, good,
Nope.
or whatever. But what I'm saying is, why was it made? It was made. It looks like art therapy for the
Got it.
creator.
So I
All right.
feel like that's
Keith.
code for I just wanted more money.
No, I'm serious. Every time she talks, it's the loss of several people she loves. I mean, she's been turning
Right.
down this money for 2 decades.
That's fair. That's
By the
fair.
way, you keep saying her. And real, I mean, it's Lily. By the way, it's been both Lily and Lana, who were formerly both men, transitioned after the third movie to women,
Mhm.
and both of them were being seeked because they both
And
co-created
they were
the
both
Matrix
turning it down.
series.
Right, yeah.
And
And
eventually,
oh,
Lily said, "Enough is enough. I have no interest. I'll never go back to this." Lana
mhm.
stayed on board, and Lana was the one
Right.
that decided, "Okay, I'm going to carry the vision, and I'm going to take the money, and I'm going to put together
But
this movie."
she wasn't trying to carry a vision. She's literally said to everybody that's talked to her is, yeah, shit was bad, and I needed friend, I needed comfort,
Right.
and this was her. She said,
This was it.
um, um, Neo and Trinity were her comfort. So that's why
Wow.
this
I'm
isn't
really
about movie.
glad they could
Right,
comfort her because they did not comfort me at all in this movie.
right. I mean,
Shit.
all right.
Fuck.
Keith, Keith, I'm gonna pass it along to you. What did you think of the Matrix Resurrections?
Yeah, well, I didn't see it in the movies because after it came out, like I just like was hearing one person after the other say that it was trash. Um, so I started watching it on HBO Max. Me and my lady, and like yo, we really couldn't even get through that first 15 minutes. Turned it off, and I'm really thinking like, oh, like yo, this movie is just as trash as people said. Like the first 15 minutes is almost damn near like unwatchable if you've ever seen a Matrix movie. But like talking to y'all, this, that, and the others, and some say like, okay, push through and watch the rest of it. Like literally, they like maybe just what 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I watched the rest of it. Days after, dude, they could have cut that first 15 minutes out of the movie totally because it totally changed shape after that, and like it's like it got more like understandable. I think by no means was that supposed to be like a point for point like replication of the old Matrix movies. I definitely saw that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do like how they kind of changed it now into a Neo what's her name love story. Like you know what I'm
Trinity,
saying? Like
yeah.
now it's a love story. You know, like because to I agree with this with the sisters. Um that trilogy was a wrapped up package. It was done. It was you know what I'm saying. Even how you explained however many times the Matrix started and was ended or whatever this that and the like it was really kind of a wrapped up story. Like you couldn't really take that story anymore, but like any further. But I kind of dig how like this story is like flourishes from that one, but it becomes something like now like both Neo and her are both Neos, and like it I
Mm.
and now it's a
Binary.
love story. Yeah, binary, and now it's a love story, and it's I don't know. It was interesting. The fight scenes to me are trash. They were very John Wick esque. Um,
Sub John
very
Wick.
uh, uh,
John Wick 3.
John Wick. I'm sorry, very John Wick 3 esque, in where they were very slow. Like it was not. It was not like you could literally see the choreography in the fight. Um, that to me really kind of soured a lot of the action, but I'm not mad at the storyline. I'm not really kind of mad at how they changed and how they changed that they tweaked the story and kind of made it like okay, it now it's like this when Neo why is I can't remember her what's her name.
Trinity.
Trinity. When Neo and Trinity touch,
Trinity.
magic happens now, and this that. Yeah, the Wonder
Don't let
Twins.
them touch.
Wonder Twin.
I,
Don't let them
I
touch.
like because that was never broached ever, but like cool. I like that. All right, it's a you know what I'm saying. They're now binary Neos, and it's a love story, which is kind of
Right.
narcissistic, but I dig it all. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I it's funny because after watching it, there were things I liked, and I was like, just I was there with Brooks and going, all right, something's not making sense to me, and it's not a story problem. I have problems with the story, but it was a why. It was definitely a why because this story did not feel like it was, hey, this is oh, I've got this great idea of what happened after Matrix the 3. I know what happened next. That's important to the story. It definitely wasn't that. This is definitely feels like its own thing, and it's just like Neil Patrick Harris's Neil Patrick Harris's character saying, I needed Neo and Trinity back, so I built them. Like that felt like the director or writer going, "Yeah, I literally just needed these characters, so I forced them back in the story. Just whatever, it doesn't matter. I just
I
wanted
didn't
them."
need Morpheus. I just needed another actor for Morpheus. That was kind of
Right. Well,
slap in the
Morpheus
face.
and we literally have clips of this kind of bugged me, but we literally have clips of the old movie playing in during this movie, which I felt was just unnecessary. But for what if what she's doing is a little bit of art therapy and saying I wanted these characters and I wanted these characters to have this magical connection that they needed to have because there's a love story there that I want to tell, but I'm going to do it in the Matrix. Oh fine. Like what's interesting is she could have told this story outside of the Matrix, but it feels like WB wanted the Matrix, and you could tell that because
Yeah,
in
but
the middle of the movie, there's a character saying, "Well, the WB is forcing Warner Brothers is forcing me to do this." Like she's telling you as a writer or director, "Hey, audience, just so you know, Warner Brothers is making me use the Matrix in
but
this way.
Chris,
Just don't
here's
fucking
a
blame
problem.
me."
Chris, here's a problem I have with that. So back when Lana and Lily were still working together, they gave us other stuff, other content. Like I don't know if you guys watched Sense8 on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It went
Yeah.
two seasons, and then that was a tremendous. That was actually better than this movie, and probably the third Matrix movie.
Yo,
That was a
that
superb
ending,
movie, and that was after they're already transgendered and they went to their
that
phase.
ending,
That was a great ass. That was I thought that was probably the therapy they were looking for because they touched upon a lot of issues about sexual identity and orientation and
Yeah, but
the
this isn't
meaning of
about
life.
this was she didn't say this movie was therapy for that. She said this therapy was therapy for loss. This had nothing to do with
All right,
that.
good
So
point. Good point.
this is a different story for a different reason.
Just
I, I,
create a
I'll say
different
she
movie.
Well, that's the thing. She told you right in there. WB wants this movie. WB wants it made. So she took her money, she took her therapy, and they came together. They made something that's fine,
All right.
you know.
I
But
can't
it's
hate
not a
that. You're right. I can't hate
continuation.
that.
You cannot look at this as a continuation of the Matrix trilogy. This is not a continuation. This is like an alternate universe Matrix love story that happened. That's all I can say. Um, I'll
Man,
say I
WB is
enjoy.
batting terrible.
I'll say I really enjoyed Keanu and Carrie Ann Moss. I think they have good chemistry. I thought them, they're whatever the love story they're trying to tell. I thought those two actors did well. I
No,
really
they were
like
great
Carrie
on
Ann Moss
screen.
the
I'll give you
most.
that.
Carrie Ann
Yeah.
Moss the most, but every time I think about her character, I think of the Jordan "fuck them kids" um, meme because she was like, I have a family. Like I'm just gonna toss them out for this dude I think I met at the coffee shop, and I'm gonna
Yeah, but the
like
husband Chad was a little douchebag too. Chad.
right. But I just think that's funny that like she was like, yeah, I'm feeling something. I think I'm gonna disappear with this guy from the coffee shop. So I thought that was funny.
That was terrible.
Morphe, I agree. Morpheus and Bugs were good. Neil Patrick Harris, really good as a bad guy. That was good.
Yeah. That was
Uh,
actually one of my
Yeah.
favorite parts of the whole movie was him
Yeah,
playing a bad guy. It was super
yeah.
interesting and like he was it was the most dynamic character I felt. Um and it was like I what were you going to say, Keith?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just felt like it broke up the monotony. Like to me like Neo and Trinity was so monotonous. Their characters were so monotonous and he kind of came in and like stole the show a little bit and broke that up.
I'll say that the action was definitely nothing revolutionary like the last time, but
No.
I did really like that hallway escape scene where every time they went through a door, the perspective changed or the
Yeah.
orientations of the room changed. I
Yeah,
thought
that was
that was a
cool.
fun chase. That was a cool thing. After that,
Yeah.
everything was very generic, actiony, and Keanu's shield move and all that didn't mean anything to me.
It
So
felt
I
like
hated the
we had
scene. I
already
hated
seen
Terrible.
the
this
scene
movie.
I think,
when the
and that's it.
Merovingian when the Merovingian came back.
Hmm?
As an old homeless guy, yeah, that was
That
terrible.
whole fight
Then
scene, that
swarm
whole
mode.
fight scene was
God.
Oh,
trash.
oh, no. Oh, where he's literally
He,
speaking about how much he hates sequels to modern movies. There's nothing I hate more than sitting in your movie and hearing how
oh,
much someone hates their movie. Like, just
what was
if you want,
worse? Go ahead, Chris.
just tell me a story. If you hate it, you hate it. That's fine. But like literally telling me how much you hate it. Mhm. Like
Yeah,
if she
but
wanted.
the worst part, Chris, was the swarm mode in the third act, where now we just ran out of ideas. We're just gonna have people just jump out of windows and splatter themselves in your
Yeah,
way, and
yeah.
not.
Like most of them wasn't even nowhere near the car. Like you just sacrificing assets. Like that just was so stupid. That was the dumbest.
Like you're killing,
Like
you're throwing batteries out the window. Literally throwing batteries out the window for
That's right. You're throwing
that.
batteries at
Come
people.
on, that made no
But
sense,
and not
right,
even
Mookie?
throwing. They're falling from the window. Like how many of them will even get into the street where the car is? Like, like it's not. They're not even.
I don't know. I don't think we want to talk
Mm.
much more about it. I think we'll all give our grades. It doesn't sound too promising, but we'll start with James. What's your grade for Matrix Resurrections?
I give it a C minus. Only I stepped away from the D for doo doo, patent pending from Brooks, only because there was some action moments in the beginning and some other moments throughout, and the secondary and tertiary characters to me, and I'm not including Jada Pickett Smith, that fucking prosthetic. So this is where CGI sometimes is better than real life makeup. This is one example. Is whatever she was wearing around that like she got a potato bag around her neck. No, thank you. So yeah, the reason why I'm giving it a C minus is because there were some good moments in this movie that actually kept me entertained, and that's enough for me to not give it D for doo doo. So I'm going to C minus.
All right, Brooks.
I'm hovering between like a D plus and a C minus. I didn't hate it, so I'm not giving it an F, but I will never want to watch this again. I'm mad that it's 2.5 hours and I wasted 2.5 hours of my life. But there were a couple of redeeming things like Neil Patrick Harris. Bugs was good. I don't know if she's been in anything else, but I'm looking forward to seeing her in other
He's in
things.
Iron Fist of all things.
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
That
she was the
horrible
best
piece of
one, and
crap.
she was the best
we're
character there.
yeah, we're hoping she becomes the Iron Fist. Let's Marvel.
And it becomes a
So
totally better show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually go with a D plus because I don't want to give it the same grade as James.
All right, all right.
We already agreed
Uh,
once in the show. Can't do it twice.
that's right.
Exactly.
That's
That's
right.
too much.
Worlds
Keith.
collide. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the. I'm gonna go with a straight flush on a C. Just a straight C. It was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Serviceable. I'm gonna give it a C plus, even though because as soon as I started thinking of it as something other than a continuation of the story we've already seen, it's its own thing. It's her kind of therapy session, but also like, hey, everybody misunderstood what I was trying to say was for the Matrix, so this is a little more direct. I thought that was a bit of fun. Neil Patrick Harris, all the actors, I thought the actors were killing the role they were given. It was a story that they were in, felt very muddled, and because it was a therapy session and not a story, like I want to get this person from point A to point B as much. It felt a little muddled in that area. So I'm gonna go with C plus. And I hear now Mike is giving it an A plus. Wow, Mike, that's an interesting grade for
He's
your
giving
movie.
it an A. What?
He's giving it whatever we say he's giving it, which in
That's
this
right.
case
I
he
say
said
Mike
A
is
plus.
giving it an A plus.
Oh, I. Wow.
Mike, I
Wow.
commend you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I salute you, sir.
That's right. All right. Why don't everybody let us know what they thought of the new Matrix of
Yes,
the
leave comments. Leave comments here. We will engage this year. We will
That's right.
engage.
And tell us what movie or television show you're excited for, so maybe we can watch for it and do a review when it's time. There's a lot coming out this year. A lot of stuff that's been delayed is going to hit. So this is going to be a big year, guys. Big year. Brooksy's going to end up watching a lot of superheroes.
Can't wait. I'm also really excited because Keeping Up with the Kardashians, even though that's over on E, they're coming to Hulu. Yay!
Wait, so it wasn't a final. It was a finale for like this.
Right. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
not going to be the same Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's going to be something different, but with the Kardashians.
Okay, lockstep with the Kardashians. I get it.
Sure.
Can't get rid of that franchise no matter what.
Nope. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop,
All
won't
right,
stop.
everybody. Go look for us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, even
TikTok,
TikTok,
Facebook,
Facebook, and leave
YouTube.
a YouTube.
of
That's right.
course,
Leave a
here,
comment.
YouTube.
Hit the subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Anything, any button that's near us. Let us
And
know what you think.
share this to your friends who would like the content or who may disagree with the content. Share with them anyway.
Right. We also take negative feedback as well.
Yeah, we
Yes,
take
we
Not
a
take it
lot.
well,
all.
but we take it.
We take
We
a
take
lot of
it.
negative feedback from each other, so we're used to it. We need some new feedback from the outside. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Ciao.